best. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go.
Hello and welcome back to UMR Season 6. We are back with race number 7, and this is a new one. This is, I think, the first new one of the season. Yep, I was just double checking through it. It is. And this is one of my own creations that I threw together in quite a short bit of time, actually. When I was playing around in the game, I did a couple of track builds recently. Say recently, it probably wasn't that recent now. I'm hoping this one works as well as it did when I tested it a while ago. Hopefully nothing's broke since then and it all works, because it was a little bit well, you'll understand when we see it. So coming into this, where's the music playing? Sorry, yeah, okay. I think the music stopped getting picked up by OBS for a second there. I just had to click on it again to get it to pick it up again. Okay. Yeah. Honestly, sometimes OBS doesn't recognize it, and then you click on the tab that I'm using to play the music, and then it picks it up. Yeah, side note. Anyway, focus. I'm waffling. I've already forgot what I was saying. Going into this race, Nougat is winning, has been going strong. We'll see if that continues. Moo is in second, Pesky Bird in third, and it's all pretty close, you know. It's all pretty close from second down, especially second place to that 10th place. All very, very close. Every point does matter. Can you have your eggs back for the failed? I did have a look at trying to do that, and I don't think I can. I found the list where you can see like all the requests done by eggs, but the text-to-speech stuff wasn't appearing, unfortunately. I think that's because that's done through sound. What's it called? Sound alerts. So it must. Don't know. For whatever reason, unfortunately, no. But text-to-speech should be working. So if anyone does want to sacrifice 1,000 eggs to give it a go, feel free. I'm hoping it's working now. I did play around with it off stream to try and figure out what was going wrong with it, and hopefully it's fixed. But anyway, the first race.
Weeblab.
Did anyone hear that? Why is it showing up there? It's still showing up there, and that's a little bit annoying. You heard it. Have we got it working? Yeah, let's go. We got text to speech. Is it loud enough? I've got it on max volume, but I don't know. In my headphones, it seems quieter than me, so I don't know if I could accidentally talk over one. I also could do with moving where it's located, which I thought I did, but it didn't seem to actually work. But it's talking, so we're good. We're good. I fixed it. Let's head over to the track then. Let's head over to the track. So here we are.
Let's go marble racing.
Oh, so that one. Okay, so on this page, it's showing up in the correct location. So I just need to change on the pre-race standings page. That's fine. I think all the others are in the correct location. Yeah, let's go. It's all working. Yeah, so I imagine, unless you've been on my workshop page, probably haven't seen this track. Got 40 gigs. Oh dear. Yeah, let's not try not to spam. That's all I'm saying. So this is 2D GP. It is in the intro, yes. For those keen-eyed viewers. Is there a max length for TTS? Yes, it has. I think it won't say anything longer than 20 seconds long. I think is the limit. So before we have a look around this track, this is what I meant by wait until you see the track, because it is a bit different to the standard thing. The standard layout. We're going to spawn everyone in. And the fact they haven't gone flying or freaked out is a good sign for the start, because this was quite annoying to actually get set up to work. 15 laps around this track. We'll do predictions before we take a look around, but as you can see, it is a 2D track. It is on its side instead of the usual on the ground. So predictions. Start a prediction. How many DNFs do you think there will be? Now this could be a bit of a blind guess, but as we take a look around, yes, you can see 2D. I went with a bit of a neon sort of retro theme for it. So a straight, it'll be top down. This will be probably our first top down viewed race. Curving around into a hairpin, then a smooth turn into a split section, and you're going to want to figure out which route is going to be the quickest through there. Joining back together, then into a drop down through this blank space, try and get a good landing to get a good exit to roll down this straight here, drop down and head straight back down the start finish. Going big. Oof, risking those eggs. And back to the start finish here. So we have Weep, Demon, Lars and Alfonso on the front row. 1k eggs, a whopping 1k eggs. Go big or go home.
One way to find out, 20 seconds long or not. I don't know what to say that would be long enough to be honest. Woman shrugging, my social words do not last me that long.
But that was under 20. It said it all. I don't know how to change the redeem thing that pops up, because I don't know what people actually use for their text to speech. Because I'm doing it through sound alerts. I don't know if that's the usual route. That's just what I found when I was looking it up, and I do have sound alerts already connected. But I don't know how to get it to show the message on that top right instead of just saying that you claimed a redeem. But I don't know if that's just for donations, because donations you can do through Twitch. So I know donation ones, I think, show your message. I have a feeling these ones don't. Might be wrong, but I think they don't. It just comes up with a claim. But anyway, the prediction timer, I was just waffling to get through the prediction timer. The prediction timer has finished, so let's get the race started. Oh, and a hydrate before we get going. So I will quick hydrate. Yeah, do you still have the AI bot on yours that you can ask for it to say things or do things and it kind of does it itself? Yeah. I'm tempted to bring that in, give it a go at some point on this and see how that goes. Because that can be quite entertaining as well. But it depends if it'd be too disruptive to this kind of content. We'll see. But let's get the race started. Yeah, I'll have to have a look. And they are off into the first corner. And Alfonso's going to take an early lead. Lars in second. Boer with an inside line. It's going to be hugging the inside into the sharp corner here, into the hairpin. Lars getting past Alfonso is slow in the corner. Trying to get going again, Alfonso there. Good exit pace. If I can get a zoom out if you're doing overhead. Yeah, if I could actually make an eggbot with the same personality, that would be amazing. That's ideally, that is what I want to do. Ever since I put eggbot in, I wanted to have a vocal personality of an eggbot. Here we go. You see everyone falling, trying to get a good exit line here. And Alfonso is going to be leading. Moo trailing behind a bit of a slow drop. Alfonso, though, starting to zoom away. Having no incidents on the turnaround. Cheese getting pushed wide by Moo and Jimmy, but some good exit speed. But we do have a stationary Nougat, though. After such a good start to the season, they are currently stationary. Probably will get set free from this location, but that is a costly time loss. Now Alfonso's going to give them a nudge to get going. That gives Fluids a chance as well. Lars getting held up on the outside of the corner. Jimmy's going to get an overtake. Peskybird opting to go to a different route. It is more open, but it is a little bit longer round. Boer getting sandwiched against the wall by Iceman. And a big pile up on the outside there. Winning for once, calling it really early on. Now down to third. But Fluids leading. Alfonso, a little bit more speed here, it looks like. But Boer, Weep and Iceman zooming in hard. Everyone behind coming in hot here. And then slowing down to cross the line. The cross the line does have a set speed because that is how the start of the race works without them flying off. But it does mean you can gain before that section. You've just got to gain quick enough. And Alfonso reclaiming the lead. Boer with that collision gets knocked back a few places, loses some time. It's going to block the two icebreakers though. Nougat might be trying to block Alfonso to help the teammates behind. Weep with a great line. Fluids hitting the inside wall. Iceman doing the same. Nougat playing block on Weep. So a lot of back and forth here between the positions. Demon trying to get past Boer, not quite making it, but does make it past the icebreakers. And then falling down. Oh, there's a great exit for Wheat, but Alfonso and Fluids getting pushed back in all the chaos. Boer with a big rollback, trying to get going again, losing a lot of time. And on the turnaround, Demon bumps into Jimmy. Did have more exit speed, but the block by Jimmy helping Jimmy keep that position. More speed than Weep. Is it enough before the slowdown? Not quite enough, but the top three are close together. Going on to lap 4, Jimmy with the fastest lap. A big hit off the wall means Demon is going to come through, move up into second. Oh, trading places again, but there's a pile up. Nougat really causing some trouble up at the front means Demon's going to go up into first, Weep to second, Jimmy to third, running a bit slow. Then we've got Fluids, Alfonso and Iceman grouped up. Weep with a big hit on the outside wall, going to cause a big pile up. Absolute chaos on the outside wall. Lars got stuck there, picking up Moo and Cheese further back. So absolute chaos going on. You know what? Nougat's going strong, although a lap down, going strong. Knows how to hold that front position. Fluids not getting a great exit line. We'll be behind Demon. Alfonso colliding with Superboss and Jimmy. Everyone piling up, trying to get down the ramp. Some good turnarounds for the top three. but the catch-up will come into play down this straight. Pesky Bird has a good line to get past Superboss and Eggbot. I'm trying to close the gap on Alfonso, but it's not quite enough. Going into the first corner yet again. Demon leading, Fludes in second. Then Alfonso, Pesky Bird, Eggbot, Superboss, Jimmy, Iceman, Weep, Snorker, everyone very close together. Then we've got Boer. Bit of a gap back to Lars, Moo, and Cheese. And then, of course, Nougat a lap down. Jimmy has dropped down to 8th. But as I say that, going past Weep and Snork with a great line, they're just slamming everyone out of the way, even getting a little block on Eggbot with the wall bounce. And a massive gain by Snorker, loads of speed as well. We're going to have to single file into this section, moving up to 4th. Good bounce for Snorker. Yeah, pretty good line. He's just behind Alfonso. We'll see what happens on the turnaround here. Will Snorker be able to get an inside line? No, Superboss will though, giving them both a little tap on the way through. Eggbot closing off Iceman, but Alfonso has a great exit speed. Will go in between Snorker and Superboss. The world needs Cheese being good again. Yeah, Cheese has been suffering a little bit. Watching at such a weird angle is tripping me. But with the top down. Top down racing, old school. So Demon breaking away in the lead right now. Still Nougat just causing trouble though. Causing some disruption. Cheese and Boy actually stuck on the inside. There must have been an accident further back off screen. And Boy and Cheese both getting caught up and are on the inside. And that is going to be F's in the chat for the two of them. And Weep with a big collision is going to be joining them on that inside section. Big hit off the wall. I think that has written Weep off and out of this race. Superboss sneaking past Iceman on the drop down. And Flude's going very wide on the turnaround, but winding up to get a really good launch. So is Superboss. So going wide just to get that extra dose of speed down the straight. Very good use.
Woo moment.
Oh, and we have a wooer moment. A wooer moment. So Demon has managed to get around Nougat, clearing that obstacle. Just now about consistency up at the front. Got to keep the racing clean. We do need a Boer moment redeemed, but I'm still not sure what that'd be. Oh, and Moo is stationary as well, joining that pile up. So F's in the chat for Moo. Iceman with a great drop. It's going to get blocked by Alfonso, and that gives Alfonso a boost. It's very wide on the turnaround. And Iceman going for the block, so Alfonso can't even get the launch with the speed there. Flawed track, no, just a risky corner. You crash on that corner, it can write you out. You know, I'm quite happy that there's only one corner that does have it. Even though in my testing they managed to get around pretty consistently, but you know how these races go. And Nougat sort of blocking Fludes a bit there. It took ages trying to make sure that didn't happen on all the corners, because getting this to work was a nightmare. Oh, it's a big hit. Gotta be careful going into that corner. Bit too heavy on the hit and you'll end up joining that pile up. Gotta be careful on it. Fludes has managed to get past Nougat and will now be chasing down Demon. Alfonso with a good drop down there will pass Iceman. Iceman with a lot of speed again, but getting blocked, same as last lap. Alfonso going far out. Will Iceman get the block again? Not quite, a bit too slow this time. So this is big for Alfonso. Going to have a lot of speed down the straight, see Jimmy jumping over Superboss in the background. So closing that gap on Fluids, it is close. 1.2 second, well, more of a 1.3 second gap from Demon to Fluids. Oh yeah, we don't want a repeat of Sky Race. What did that track last? 1 season? And it's just ended up in shambles. Oh, Demon's managed to get wedged on the outside line. Will get set free by Fluids and Alfonso. But it's going to mix things up a bit. Fluids going the slower route on the split section. It also moved forward a bit. Was creeped forward but hasn't managed to go anywhere. On the drop down, Demon and Alfonso battling it out. There was zero jinxing going on. Then Fluids and Iceman close behind. We'll see what happens on the turnaround. Any contact there is. Demon squeezing Alfonso out against the wall. And that means Demon will reclaim first. Jimmy still on the fastest lap. Fluids with some good pace here, but I don't think it's going to be enough before the slowdown. It is not. That gap is much smaller now. 0.2 seconds between Demon and Alfonso and Fluids. So we'll follow the top 3 around here. Oh, big hit there. Almost like Alfonso brake checked Fluids. Means Iceman's going to creep around the outside, overtaking Fluids. See Eggbot there in 5th, heading around as well. So Alfonso, Iceman and Fluids close together. Demon trying to make a breakaway while they are battling it out. Alfonso hitting the outside wall, getting sandwiched against the outside wall to the point that they are no longer moving. Which means Iceman and Fluids can break away. Boy getting set free again. Snorkers go climb with oh, big pile up. Alfonso causing a massive accident on that corner. Setting Weep and Cheese free as well as Boer, and Snorker getting involved in that crash is going to end up on the inside. So F's in the chat for Snorker. Big incident on that turn. See Cheese bouncing down. That's a big loss for Alfonso. Going to be dropping quite a few places. Going wide on the turnaround. Gets blocked by Jimmy. And Alfonso dropping to 7th. Now back up at the front. Demon stationary on the outside, but is going to get picked up by Fluids. It's going to slow Fluids down. Fluids colliding with Iceman. Fluids goes for an inside lunge. It's a good exit, does go up into 1st. And Eggbot is joining it. As all the chaos is going on between the top 3, Eggbot is joining the battle. We'll be looking for a clean pass, although going slow along the wall. Not a great line. That's all that made up time just going away. And Alfonso hitting the wall, Jimmy hitting the wall, Boer hitting the wall, all just piling into each other. It's absolute chaos here. Absolute chaos with these accidents, and Boy is going to be left stationary yet again. But a new race leader, Iceman, going on to lap 12, will be leading. And Demon closely followed by Fluids. They approach the first turn. And Flu's going for an inside line. It's not quite enough though. Demon plays defensive and keeps hold of that position. And Eggbot. Weep and Nougat causing some trouble as back runners there. Iceman actually going for the slower route round, but probably the safer one with all the chaos going on this line. And Jimmy hitting Boer, and that's going to be Jimmy stationary. Could be very costly. Big pile up on the drop down. Demon's going to come out on top. And then Fluids and Iceman close behind. Jimmy does get nudged moving again. But a massive drop for Jimmy there. This is UMR indeed. Oh, Jimmy is stationary again. Couldn't quite make it all the way around the corner. Not enough momentum. Chance for those further back to try and unlap themselves and gain some extra points. But not good news for Jimmy. Should have bet higher on the DNFs. I'm actually surprised by the DNFs on this. Or what it's looking like it could be. I mean, they might make it round the track quick enough to stop the counter fully counting down. We could just have a long wait at the end. Oh, and teammates colliding. Iceman is in the wall. Fluid's overtaking Demon. Eggbot's going to hit Iceman. I think we're going to have a chain reaction here. Cheese and Wheat both getting stuck. Nougat coming in to set them both free. Alfonso's going to totally avoid the situation. Pesky Bird, followed by Boer, all just piling into each other on that line. Jimmy now stuck on the inside of the next turn. Jimmy just struggling to go anywhere. I think they're basically out of this race. Superboss going the safe way, Lars going the safe way, and Boer will remain stuck. So lots of Fs going on there. Hard to keep track of. But up at the front, Fluids is leading. Demon in second as we go on to lap 14. Eggbot in third, Iceman in fourth, Alfonso in fifth. And then we go back to Pesky Bird in 6th, Lars 7th, Superboss 8th. And Nougat, who was our first racer to actually get stuck and go down a lap, is now in 9th. So gained quite a bit from everyone else's misfortune. And Fluids coming in clutch for Boer, going to set Boer free. Which means it's now Boer's opportunity to try and pick up some extra positions and points. There's some good teamwork going on there. We have Snorker. Snorker could be causing some disruption here. So heading down the straight yet again. And Eggbot managing to get past Demon. Demon gets a good drop, but a big bounce means Eggbot will go underneath. And on the turnaround, Demon is going to block Eggbot. Some good blocking by Demon on this turnaround. This does mean Iceman has a bit more speed down the straight, but it's not going to be enough before the line going on to the final lap. We can see a big gap up to Fluids leading. Does have Boer and Snorker kind of in the way. He's going to put Snorker into the wall. What a big crash for the teammates there. Fluids almost going against the inside wall. Boer is stationary on the outside, but could be used as a bit of a blocker here to make sure no one really gains. Fluids just has to make it past the turnaround and onto the final straight. I do kind of want to see what's going to happen here. Is anyone get picked up by Boer? Demon makes it through. Iceman with a bit of a hit, but does make it through with a shunt from Cheese. So far, everyone coming through fine. As we head down to watch Fluids coming across the line on the final lap. And there it is. Fluids taking the win. Iceman managing to get past Demon. Demon has Eggbot right behind. But in the final turn, Eggbot's got more speed than Demon, but isn't going to be able to make it past because of the block. And Iceman takes second, Demon third, Eggbot a close fourth. Very, very close. It's close between Pesky Bird and Alfonso, but Pesky Bird just outrunning Alfonso to the line. That is 5th and 6th. Superboss is going to take 7th. Lars will take 8th. And it looks like it's going to be Nougat taking 9th, so we will speed things up. And we can even get a zoom out of the whole track from this angle. Get a good... Yeah, that'll do. So you can see them all whizzing around from above. So we could be here a little while as people do unlap themselves, resetting that 60-second DNF timer every time they cross the line. It does mean we could see positions change further back. I think we did see Cheese getting past Jimmy. So that's an extra position and some extra points. Now Boer is on the move, so Boer will want to be doing the same. Just to pick up an extra position. This very well could mean you win exit. Depends how many people actually make it across the line. See, Weep and Lars are stationary, but Lars has already crossed the line. And Weep on the move again. Just keeping an eye on Boer. Is there enough laps yet? Will Boer come past Jimmy? Nope. Still not managed to take that lap back. This probably will be the longest post race we've ever had. So while we're in this post race bit, I can talk about our sponsor. So of course we are still sponsored by Free Cash. Please check it out. You can either put Free Cash if that's already in the chat anyway, or on YouTube it'll be in the description down below, or it's in the Discord as well. If you haven't already got it, haven't already signed up to it, please go check it out. It basically just is an app where you can download games that you'd normally play on your phone anyway, but you can download them through their app and they will then give you objectives to do on the game, and you can make money and turn it into gift cards or actual money to spend. You can cash out. But yeah, if you check it out, it helps me out. Even just signing up for free, even if you don't even download any of the apps, just signing up using my link helps with one of the goals for my sponsorship. It helps me out and helps with funding these seasons. But Boer does make it past Jimmy. Moo makes it past Jimmy. So Jimmy does get the fastest lap. So an extra point there is helpful. Then install and reinstall. I don't think it'd work like that. You'd need to be a new sign up. So unless you signed up, I shouldn't promote this, but unless you signed up with a different method, because I think you can choose to sign up through Apple or other options. I guess if you use a different sign up method, that might work as a new user with like a different email. I don't know. Shouldn't suggest it, but that could potentially work. And we are still waiting. Still waiting. I don't think I can make him go much quicker. I'll just keep slowing down. Well, which is more important, winning the race or winning the prediction? I mean, yeah, you could also do that, but if they're both Apple devices and they're both linked to the same Apple account and you logged in using Apple, then it would still be the same one. Technically. But I think you could also do it through a computer. I don't think it's just a phone app. I think you can also access it on the internet. I think they have a web page. I might be wrong. But I think you might be able to. Oh, how many laps did we go around? How many times did people get lapped? Honestly. Got to be there now, surely. I'm not seeing any more times pop up. You know what? Let's also go to our winning marble cam. I was waiting for the DNFs to come through, but we'll go here. I knew this would probably look ridiculously funky to watch because the angles are just all off. There we go. But yeah, we have a... This is how it looks in the perspective of the marble on this sideways monstrosity. Very trippy indeed. There we go. Boy and Jimmy both DNF. So let's complete the prediction. That is 2 DNFs, and we have 1 prediction winner. 1 person made the correct prediction, and that is Pesky Bird. So well done, Pesky Bird, on getting that correct. Enjoy your eggs. Your big gamble paying off. So now I'm going to go and put the results over on the leaderboard, and I'll be back in just a minute with the updated standings. Alright, the results have been entered, so let's head over to the standings. So that is a 3rd race win for Fludes. So Fludes coming in strong here. Nougat still holding all the fastest laps, but Fludes coming in big with the race wins, and that is closing the gap between 1st and 2nd. I tell you what, the new team Fun doing really well, performing great so far this season. We'll see if it continues. But Nougat in 1st with 198 points. Fludes in 2nd with 168. Pesky Bird in 3rd with 153. Moo in 4th with 142, tied with Superboss. Eggbot in 6th with 134. Jimmy in 7th with 133. Alfonso in 8th with 124, Lars in 9th with 120, and Boyer in 10th with 114. Then we have Iceman Cheese, Demon, Snorker, and Weep. No briberies taken, no briberies. I could never. But there is a donation button down below, you know, if you need to. But no, I'd never accept briberies. Team Fun leading the team standings with 150 points. Ultraviolet 2nd with 139. Tutti Frutti 3rd with 136. Grandmasters 4th with 134. Green Sushi's 5th with 132. And then we have Icebreakers, Eternal Darkness, Dogeballs, Snowballs, and Marble Minions. Yeah, that's how we get the prize money. All funded by the Fun. So a good race. Think it went quite well for one of my tracks and a new track, but we'll see when it comes to the end of the season and we do the tier lists how this one went down. funded, exactly. But Fluid's doing really well at the moment. Nougat still doing quite well, even with a a horrific start to this race. Imagine to come out 9th is not the worst for a bad race. But we do have a second race coming up, Office 3. Returning back to one of the OG maps, OG tracks, I should say. I do just want to quickly note as well, there won't be a stream tomorrow. I didn't realise until literally yesterday, I think it was, that I have a work event after work tomorrow all evening. So I won't be able to stream, unfortunately. So this is the only UMR stream of this week. You have work. Well, there you go. So you won't be missing anything, Pesky Bird. So yeah, there won't be a stream. So it will be on. I don't know, imagine having work. Terrible stuff. Couldn't be me. So yeah, the next stream won't be until Monday again for the continuation of the season. You also have to miss race 2 because of work. That's no worries. At least you get to see race 1. You can always catch up on race 2. But now that is it for race 1. So we're going to take a break for a couple of minutes so I can set up the next race as usual. So feel free to manifesting a demon win. Got a demon supporter. So feel free to grab a drink, grab some food, stick around and chat. Text to speak away. Whatever you want to do. And I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Egg is a blub blub.
More way to annoy a sibling, I'll take it. Mr. Egg, you forgot to put on the intermission music.
No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me.
Add a cat gif to the screen next time. I need something to look at. Bro, that's so weird. Tears of joy loudly crying.
Someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh. You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face. Got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you'll break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption never came. I stopped asking for forgiveness, cause you should know only fools tread where the angels fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save myself by turning into stone. So save your judgment cause you just don't know. But some things never change, never change. Oh, they say I should feel guilty and change my ways, leaving crumpled bodies in my wake. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. But they're so delicate and so mundane, and they keep coming like a moth to a flame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You'll break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption never came.
And we are back. Snacks were gotten and drinks were had. That is good. Now, it took a little bit longer than usual because chat requested a cool cat to jam to the music over the break. And now, maybe slightly regretting giving chat a voice. We had a feed cheese. Well, you know what to do. Spam those cheeses. But yeah, you now are able to talk to me while I don't have my OBS open and I'm sorting tracks, which I don't know if that's a good thing, but it's there. It exists now. It has been put into the world. But yeah, we are back. We have Office Free by T. Morris. Well, let's see those cheese. Where's the cheese spam? This is a terrible feed cheese. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So let's jump straight over to the track. Now I'm sure a lot of you will remember
Spacey
it.
25 cheese spacey 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 25 cheese.
Why is it 25 cheese? Why is it 25 cheese space E? Where's all that come from? But sure, that is 25 cheese space E. We do. We do indeed. Let's hopefully not have too many of those cheese. But here we are. Let's get everyone into position. Jimmy, Boer, Moo and Cheese on the front row. Now if you remember this track, I'll start the prediction first. But if you remember this track, there is a chance that you can overshoot the wall on this start-finish straight. We have seen people fall down the back, we've seen people roll off. It is risky to come out of that pipe with speed, so we'll see if that happens in this race. We have the classic 3-bowl layout into a pipe system and then around into the next room. Heading down and down and down, obstacles, some obstacles to avoid, then into another pipe system, taking you up. Now there is rollback risk on this one. We've seen a lot of rollbacks on the pipes. Heading around, got some boosters, got some more obstacles. Heading left and right, weaving downhill, past the nails, up the steps, another pipe system, again, risk of rollback, more nails to avoid. Heading around to a big bowl, dropping out, going under the desks. Yet another pipe system. Then around, you want to get a good line down the middle, through there. Lots of triangles to avoid, spinners. Well, this has been in, I think, just about every season. Near enough. Another pipe, another bowl, another pipe. Weaving, we have a ladder. We have a ladder. Ladder alert. Were beware. Into a pipe. Into a bowl, into one final pipe system, and then the risky exit to the start finish. And with the DNF timer just coming to a finish, we can get the race started. And there's about to be an ad break. So for those that aren't subscribed or haven't used their Prime sub, you're probably going to have an advert for the start of this race. Unfortunately for you. But for those who are subbed, enjoy the start of the race with all the sound in full screen glory. So let's get the time. So the time started, the lights counting down. And they're off into the first of the bowls. See who gets the best drop down here. Looks like Weep is going to. followed by Demon. Demon with a great drop into the second one. There is a chance you can go too quick into these bowls and overshoot into the next one, which looks like a shortcut, but you actually miss the checkpoints here. So it ends up costing more than anything. So a bit of a pile up on the exit of the pipe. A lot of slowdowns. Which means the top three here can break away. Demon leading, Weep in second, Were in third. And there's Nougat as well flying in. And Pesky Bird with quite a bit of speed. And Lars not far behind. Flude's currently at the back. 7p. You think I'd get 7p for the ads? No. Don't even think I'd get that. I think it's like 0 point something. Trust me, don't really get anything out of Twitch. I can tell you that right now. So Weep and Boy are very close together here. Flude's managing to get up to 11th. Superboss now at the back. Though actually has got past Moo, so Moo now behind. And the Icebreaker's not a great start. Onto the steps. Longest minute of your life. And I'm realising because you're on an ad, you can't even hear me responding to your messages. Oh, Demon with a slow climb, but it's better than a rollback. Boy and Weep coming through with a bit more speed. And Boy will come out in second. So everyone should be back from their ads now. And I was saying I realised that I was responding to what you're putting while you're on advert, so you wouldn't have heard me anyway. But I was just making a joke about the 7p. Saying that I don't think it's that. I think it's like 0 point something for ad views. Basically, nothing. Which is why I'd happily just not have ads, but apparently you have to have them somewhere. We're closing the gap on Demon. Top three trying to break away from everyone else. Big setback for Weep there off the spinning triangle. Lars is through quite clean. Pesky Bird with an even cleaner and lots of speed gets past Lars. And 3 wide on the step. Make that 5. Cheese jumping on top of Nougat there. And Demon and Boer will be side by side going into the pipe. Boer with a faster release. Will we see any rollbacks? We do not. Big bounce for both of them. Going for opposite sides. Demon does not have the best lines. Going to hit a couple of the nails. Don't think we're seeing any rollbacks yet. Into the bowl. Demon with an inside line on the bowl. Going for a different line to Boer. Almost making contact as they cross over each other. Very different lines. I think this is going to be more beneficial for Demon with this approach. Very calculated play, and there it is. Pesky Bird has a decent approach until Nougat hit them. But Demon already on the move. Boer, Pesky Bird. Oh, Boer riding along the edge there. Very well could have fallen off, but managed to stay on track. Superboss is actually off in the distance. Not sure where that fall happened, but that is F's in the chat for Superboss. As Pesky Bird, Nougat and Boer are going to be going onto the step together. Weep's going to... No, Weep doesn't join them, but Lars does. We've got 3 of the fun side by side here. And Demon heading up the pipe. And it's a pretty good line. There's a hit halfway down. Quite a big hit as well. Going to lose a fair bit of time. We'll see if anyone gets a perfect line down here. Running a bit slow, so it's not looking like it. Whereas zigzagging Iceman with a pretty good line, so Nougat manages to play block there. But that is a big gain for Iceman, moving up into 4th. And everyone just zigzagging down the straight. So heading back up to the front runner, who always likes to be watched in these races and talked about, because what could possibly go wrong if we focus on Demon's race here? Going into the pipe. And heading down to the next bowl. Big lead, you know. Really big lead by Demon. Absolutely unstoppable. Look at everyone piling onto the steps here. The Boer is away in second. Demon and Boer, the two unstoppable units up in the top two positions. Snork with a really slow release, having some trouble on the pipe there. He's going to lose quite a bit of time. See Demon in the distance already heading over to the next ladder. Jinx, I would never. And Eggbot moves up to second with a good run in the bowl. Iceman up to third. Boer losing a bit of time, drops to fourth. Alfonso with a fast release from the pipe is closing that gap in fifth. Then Moo, Weep, Lars, Snorker, Nougat, Pesky Bird, Jimmy, and Cheese. So climbing up the ladder here. Demon dropping in. We'll see what happens up at the start finish straight. Who has a bit of a bump side to side, but makes it clean. Iceman is the second one through, followed by Eggbot in third. Looks like there's a switch around of positions. So Alfonso is in front of Boer. Alfonso running slow, and Boer and Pesky Bird absolutely zooming through. Oh, big fall over the bowl for Boer there, and that's going to be a checkpoint miss for Boer. And we will start to see Boer falling down the leaderboard by the end of this lap. So Boer is one checkpoint down. And that is going to be very costly. See Fluids going around. There we go, dropping down. So through to the next room. Iceman is hunting down Demon. Bit of a gap back to Eggbot in third. Jimmy and Cheese 2. Did they miss the checkpoint as well? I did not spot that. It is always risky coming into those bowls too quick. Your line is too good. Now Demon and Iceman very close together. Iceman with a rollback though. Does manage to get stopped by the steps. Doesn't roll all the way back. But we'll lose quite a bit of time from that. Eggbot makes it around clean. Snorker, is that a rollback? No, does manage to keep moving. Nougat up as well. So far another decent race for Nougat. Jimmy with a rollback, Lars with a rollback. Jimmy with another rollback. Not going too well for Jimmy here. Does finally make it up and does manage to stay in front of Fluids, who has a bit of a slow exit. Now back up to the front. And Demon's dominant performance. And the fastest lap, but we are on lap 2. Jimmy and Cheese did both miss the checkpoint. While that will help you, Boer, you can stay in front of them, it's a few extra points. Oh, Nougat having issues getting on the steps here. Going to drop 3 positions. Little bit rough. Now Demon and Iceman in the bowl. Eggbot just joining. And Demon out and on the move. Iceman not far behind. Going up to the steps. Demon managing to get a block on Iceman. It is just enough to make Iceman wait. And Eggbot will now be joining Iceman. Now there's still a fair bit to go. But it's going to be about consistency up at the front. Let's see if anyone gets a good line here. Both Eggbot and Iceman zigzagging. Demon zigzagging. No one getting a clean line all the way down. Well, that's a pretty decent line by Boer, but it's not really going to matter too much. It may look like it, but we'll see at the end of this lap when everyone else goes up a lap and Boer doesn't due to the missed checkpoint. Because otherwise this would be looking really good for Boer right now. Very unfortunate. Cheese and Alfonso are going to bump into each other, and that's come out very well for Alfonso. Took in front of Nougat. Cheese with a good line through the obstacles will come out in front of both of them. So I think Superboss is currently the only person we have lost, because Fluids is still going. So yes, Superboss is still currently the only loss off the track. Boer is there. There, Boer. Boer missed a checkpoint, but is still going. And as I say, it's performing quite well, considering being a checkpoint down. Demon with a perfect entry onto the ladder. And Boer, good entry as well. You know, just when it counts. Eggbot though, the rollback, gets on the second attempt. Nougat and Snorker side by side heading down behind Iceman. And Nougat gets on the ladder, Snorker does not, does have to wait for the next one to come around. And a big pile up trying to get on, and Moo comes out the worst in it. Oh, Demon with a rollback on the pipe. Boer coming out, nearly falling off. So another time Boer's nearly fallen, and Demon, sorry, is struggling to get going up the pipe. Finally does, but a bit slow. Will lose a position to Eggbot. And then Iceman and Nougat, followed by Snorker, going in quite quick, but manages to stay in the bowl. And will actually drop down before Nougat. But Nougat with a good second drop. Snorker with a great third one. And Nougat and Snorker both getting past Iceman. And Alfonso with a good drop will be just behind. So we should now be seeing Boer in the correct position. Oh, Lars is actually going to jump a checkpoint there, going over the first bowl. Not good for Lars. But Blue's managing to get past Weep. So heading into the other room. Demon managing to get back into first and still holding the fastest lap. And Eggbot in second. And Nougat with another good performance so far in third place. Snorker in fourth, Alfonso in fifth, and Iceman dropping to sixth. Demon makes it onto the steps in good time. Staying away from Eggbot. Boer with a rollback. Eggbot almost coming back. Nougat with a rollback, that is costly. Snorker makes it through and will go up into third. Alfonso with a rollback. Seeing a few rollbacks here. It's not what you want to see. Alfonso again is going to actually crash into Cheese. And Pesky Bird will go through. Cheese carrying a lot of speed. Not enough to get past Pesky Bird though. The rollbacks are indeed brutal. Very costly. It's still looking like a good race for Demon. Maybe as bad as Ladders. They can be. They can be. I mean, they are quicker to sit and watch with people going up, but they can be just as punishing when it comes to consistency. So heading towards the bowl, Demon already in, Eggbot having some trouble with the nails. See Snorker zigzagging across. And to the next steps here. It's starting to spread out a bit up at the front. The top three with a bit of a gap back to fourth. Then we've got Iceman and Jimmy, the two teammates, quite close together with Nougat following. Then Pesky Bird, followed by Moo, followed by not Cheese because Cheese missed a checkpoint, followed by Alfonso, who's going to ride the wall just like Boer did on the first lap. And Iceman with a lot of speed down that straight is going to get past Snorker. And heading down to the spinner section. Iceman, Snorker on opposite sides. Snorker trying to get a defensive block on Iceman, but isn't quite quick enough for it. Iceman with a great line. Snorker's going to be caught zigzagging. And with that line, Iceman overtakes Eggbot and moves up into second. And actually closing the gap quite a bit on Demon, but Demon playing a tactical block. But Iceman will be side by side with Eggbot on the steps and Snorker just missing out. Looks like Boy had a bit of a rollback there. Oh, Demon with a rollback. This could be very costly. It is costly. It is costly. It's not even just time. It's not even a bit of time. It is the ultimate cost. Cue the sad music. As Demon rolls away, watching everyone else continue their race. And that is F's in the chat for Demon. From first place. First place and the fastest lap. It was looking good, but it was just too good to be true. The Demon curse strikes. And Demon rolls back and off the track. But in other news, Eggbot has taken the lead of the race. Iceman in second, Snorker in third, and Nougat in fourth. And Peskybird in fifth. These are the things that can happen in a UMR season. Roller coaster of emotions. Very fast line by Eggbot. Gotta be careful not to overshoot the bowl. Just managing to stay in. Iceman with a big hit as well. Gotta be careful not to jump out. Snorker opting to be a little bit slower. Same with Nougat. Try to play it safe. Peskybird going for an even slower line just to play it safe. So they go over Demon. A rematch. Unfortunately, no. We can never rematch. Oh, Moo and Jimmy colliding there. Cheese rolling over the top yet again. Gonna be another lap down. Yeah, maybe it was Pesky that cursed. The Pesky jinx. But not losing anyone on that start finish yet. I say yet because there is a chance on the final lap. 2 against 1. No, no, no. Plus, the Demon Curse will strike no matter what. There's only so much time you can spend rematching. Now can Eggbot keep hold of the lead around this final lap? Well, that is not a great start with that rollback. And Iceman makes it up, meaning Iceman will move up into first. Eggbot comes out with good speed. We'll close that gap again. And it is close between the top two now. Happy for Ice to pass Eggbot. Now for those that are in the Discord may see Snorker did put in a couple of prediction... Oh, are they prediction? Sort of percentage odds, I'd say, for who will finish in what position based on current standings. Very interesting to see. We literally had it even after the first stream. Turns out people still have interesting odds early on. They're always good to see. So Eggbot back up in first. And Snorker on the tail of Iceman. Snorker's fault. Just passing the blame around now. It's all close in the bowl. Eggbot will drop down first. Iceman keeping Snorker to the outside. So Iceman will be able to drop down first before Snorker can. And Iceman and Eggbot will be side by side on the steps. as we are approaching the end of the race. Will it be Eggbot? Will it be Iceman? Will it be Snorker coming from behind in third? We have an Alfonso off the track. Not sure when that happened, but F's in the chat for Alfonso. And Snorker shoots up into first, coming out of the pipe. Eggbot running slow, zigzagging down the straight. Iceman trying to fight back, looking for a way past. There's the inside line. That was the lunge they were waiting for. And it is very close. Up at the front now. Heading through the spinners. Iceman hits a nail. Cheese with a rollback in the background. Iceman with a great line. Snorker zigzagging back and forth. We're just going to see Cheese fall again in the background. Nougat with a good line. Cheese falling yet again. A little bit of entertainment going on in the background. Oh, Iceman with a rollback. Manages to keep it contained. Don't see a repeat of Demon. But does drop 2 positions. So Snorker back up into the lead. A lot of switching around for the top 3 here. Eggbot in second, Iceman third, Nougat gaining. So things could get real interesting here with Nougat and Pesky both in reach of the top 3. Heading to the final ladder. Snorker leading. Is the entry good? It is a delay. Makes it on before Eggbot can. Then it's Eggbot. Then Iceman joined by Nougat. This could be a clutch by Nougat here. Late in the race. Pesky Bird's going to get a bit of a slowdown. But it all comes down to this. Snorker, Eggbot, Nougat, Iceman. Need a good pipe here. Need no rollback. No falling off at the top. Snorker with a great line down. We'll see what happens in the pipe. Does Snorker make it up and out? Snorker does it. Eggbot coming across in second. Iceman slow. Nougat's going to fly through and take that third spot. Iceman losing, I think, Weep stationary over there. So F's in the chat for Weep as well. Then Pesky Bird in fifth. But what a clutch up by Nougat there. Taking that third position. But Snorker managing to take the win. Bit of a late play to come in for that win. Ludes in sixth. Jimmy a lap down. So it's going to be Moo coming through in seventh. And we might have yet another long wait for the DNFs. This has been the stream of very long post-race waiting. We wait for people to try and unlap, or 60-second timer to count down. Well, that is the question, but look at this gap. Maybe we won't be waiting that long. Because Boer is too far back. And Weep is moving again, yes. Correct. So let's head over to our winner then, where we went. Oh! Snorker decided to wait until the race had finished and then jump track. At least it was after the finish line. But congratulations to Snorker on the win. Good race, coming in clutch at the end. Eggbot with a pretty good race. Nougat also with a great play at the end. And look at all of those DNFs. We only had 7 that actually made it across the line. Pretty crazy. Biggest DNF count of this season so far. An unfortunate end for Demon. Very unfortunate. But the extra point with the fastest lap. And yeah, rip to everyone's eggs. Somehow still got 8th. Yep, sometimes things just line up. But let's do the predictions. And of course, no one's got that one right. 8. 8. Yeah. Very far off. But there we go. That was race number 2. So, I'm going to go put these results over on the leaderboard. And I'll be back in just a minute with the updated standings. Alright, the results have been entered. I did see the hydrate, and yes, that map is up later. In fact, if we go to the leaderboard and see the updated standings, it is City Speeders, which will actually be next week. So that track is still in the seasons. I think it's still been, I don't know if it's still being developed. I know it was never fully finished. I'm not sure if it's still actually being developed by Shady or whether it's now just a lost project. Not sure the current situation with that. So, following that race, Nougat still going strong. Another strong finish, top 3 again. Really strong season by Nougat. Again, just another big rookie performance coming in. Wonder rookie. 228 points in first. Blues in second with 188 points. Pesky Bird in third with 176. Eggbot fourth with 168. Moo in fifth with 160. Superboss in sixth with 148. Jimmy in seventh with 145. Snorker eighth, tied with Iceman at 137. Alfonso 10th with 132. And then we have Lars, Bwer, Cheese, Demon, and Weep Now, Team Fun still going strong. 2 of their members, first and second, the other 2 outside the top 10. But they are leading the team standings with 169 points. Ultraviolet second with 159. Grandmasters third with 157. Tutti Frutti fourth with 152. Snowballs fifth with 149. And then we have Green Slushies, Icebreakers, Doge Balls, Eternal Darkness, and Marble Minions. Tied with Lars, yes. Both on the same points. But that is it for race number 2 and this stream, and the last UMR stream of this week. Like I said, I will not be able to stream tomorrow due to a work event that's happening after work all evening. So it clashes with my stream time. But we will be back to continue on with competitive flat race and Abu Dhabi GP circuit on Monday. So look forward to that. But that is going to do it for this one. Of course, if you're interested in getting involved in this, then you can subscribe on YouTube, will help support me. Like the video as well, help with the algorithm.
Thanks for the stream, Mr. Egg. Hope you have a good night.
No worries, boy. I hope you have a good night too. Thank you for being here. You can also follow on Twitch. That'll help out a bunch as well. We're trying to get to 160 followers, the closest goal, but trying to aim for 200 is the next major goal. And you can also go over to the Discord to sign up to these events, sign up to these seasons, and chat away, see what's going on, talk about the races, and any other content. Of course, we do have prize funds for these. For those that are unaware, it's free to enter. We have a £125 prize pool in this season. And in the future, hopefully we can grow that. But that's all down to how big we can get this, because that does just come straight out of my pocket. But that is going to do it for this one. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.
Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright.